In this video from ITFreeTraining, I will have a look at a new feature introduced in Windows Server 2012 R2 called Work Folders. Work Folders is a new feature that supports the principle of Bring Your Own Device, otherwise known as BYOD. Work Folders allows a user to synchronize documents between different devices. It is the same principle used by OneDrive or Dropbox. To use Work Folders, first a sync folder is created on a Windows 2012 R2 server. This folder contains the user's files like any normal file share. The difference is that the sync folder is automatically synced between different devices. For example, the user may have a work computer and a home computer. Work Folders makes sure that any changes made are automatically synchronized between the server, the work computer, and the home computer. Work Folders will also work with devices like Microsoft Surface or other tablets running the Windows operating system. It is also possible for Work Folders to be expanded to run on devices like iPhones and Androids. However, at this stage, software has not been released for these devices. Microsoft has indicated that they received a lot of requests to include mobile devices, and it appears to be in development, so hopefully support for these devices will be out soon. Work Folders is a new feature in Windows Server 2012 R2, originally only available in Windows 8.1. Due to a lot of requests, Microsoft has also released an optional download for Windows 7 clients. The downloadable client is supported on Windows 7 Professional, Ultimate, and Enterprise. So for essentially any device running these editions of Windows 7 or Windows 8.1, you should be able to get Work Folders to work with it. At this stage, there is no support for Apple's iOS operating system used on iPhone or Android. Work Folders works with Active Directory Federation Service Workplace Join. Workplace Join allows ADFS to provide access to devices to access domain resources, even though the devices are not members of the domain. So, if you have an external contractor that is not part of the company, you could allow them access to Work Folders using Workplace Join. Workplace Join would handle the authentication of the user, and Work Folders could be used to give them access to files and folders on a Windows server. The administrator could also use certificates for authentication. Work Folders also supports the optional ability to encrypt remote files. It does this by using Encrypting File System, otherwise known as EFS. In order to use this, the device must support it. If it does not, Work Folders will not work on that device. Work Folders also has the optional ability to lock the screen when not in use, meaning a password will need to be entered in to unlock the screen before accessing the files. This feature is supported in Windows 8.1. However, in Windows 7, you will need to configure a group policy in order to use this feature. Once again, if this feature is not supported, or in the case of Windows 7, not configured in group policy, Work Folders will not work on that device. Both features are optional, so if you have a device using Work Folders that does not support either of these features, you can switch the feature off in order to allow Work Folders to operate. This concludes the basics on Work Folders. In the next video, I will look at how to install and use Work Folders. Until then, thanks for watching, and see you next time.